Hi, Steve McPherson here from ACY. I'm with Pauline. She is the Marketing and Communication Officer for Joool. We're here to talk a little bit about the Odyssey Plus system that's incorporated into the Fountain Peugeots and the Dufours. And Pauline's our expert on that, and I wanted to have a little discussion with her. Thank you, Pauline. I really appreciate
it's a
you
pleasure.
doing this for me. So thank
It's
you.
a pleasure.
So tell me a little bit about the history of Joool. Where did Joool come from?
Yes.
Who are they? What is it? All that.
Okay, so basically, Joool come from Alternative Energies, which is a company located in La Rochelle that existing from almost 30 years now. So we have a very deep background in the electrical and hybridization of maritime nautical industry.
Right.
So we really have a deep experience in that field of activity, and we launched Joool to address more to the leisure field with Fountain Peugeot and the Odyssey Plus. So we integrate Joool system in those boats.
Right.
But basically, we're not here from like 1 year ago. We're here from 1997. So
For
we
many years.
Yes,
so
many.
you've developed this technology in a commercial
Yes.
venue, and then it's been basically adapted and re-engineered for the commercial or for the recreational market.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how did Joool and Fountain Peugeot come together? I understand that you
Yes.
kind of co-developed this
Definitely.
entire system. Tell me a little bit about how that came to pass.
So we co-developed with Fountain Peugeot. Basically, their Odyssey pack integrate Joool. They add solar panels and a lot of other stuff. So we collaborate with them for the Odyssey Plus pack. So this is a very compact hybrid system that works together, and we
You will.
no, I have. To the past, we want it to be a system that fits every Fountain Peugeot range. So we have several powers that fits to it. So
So you've got 25, 35, and 50 kilowatts.
Yes.
So depending on the size of the boat.
Yeah, so we co-design with Fountain Peugeot, and we also integrate it into Dufour's yachts, which is part of the same group.
Exactly. And I'm seeing that the technology being introduced on other brands now. I
Yes.
think Leopard has it, and some other manufacturers. I know it was somewhat proprietary to FP for a while. Why is it now being brought out for the rest of the market?
So basically, our system fits a lot of, and we want it to fit the maximum sailboat, because it is a system that communicate with each models. And so we obviously work with Leopard now. We launched this summer RM Yacht.
Right.
So which is great. We wanted, to give shipyards opportunity to have this hybrid system.
Exactly.
And we did a lot for Fountain Peugeot and Dufour, and now we're getting into a much more a big.
Yeah, so you're basically expanding your market.
Yes, we're expanding.
And that'll allow you to bring the pricing down, because that's one thing we talked about.
Yes.
The price for the system is still fairly high.
Yes.
So that's a barrier of entry to many people that might want to put it on their boat.
Yeah.
They just can't afford the extra, in our case, between 120 and 190 US dollars for that option. So when do you think this, or how quickly do you think the price will come down in this technology?
So we very well understood the prices, and the cost is very expensive for a lot of people, and especially on boat from 40 feet to 50 feet.
Right.
Because it is a certain percentage of the price of the boat. We know that for sure, and we're working on lower prices, but it is not that, it is.
Right.
We have
the cost of the materials and
Yes,
is
obviously.
what it is. So you really need volume
Yes,
to
definitely.
bring the price down.
Definitely. So we're very happy that for the boat show and other a boat show that our hybrid system is very well selling with the brokers. But we aim to do more volumes to lower the price. And our system is very, how we say that? Convenient to a lot of brands. So perhaps with this volume of other shipyards, the prices will get lowered, and more accessible to
Exactly.
for the 41 Fountain Pajot and stuff like
Yeah.
that. We know that it is a very big
It's a
amount.
big portion of the
Yes.
cost of the boat. So it's
But we're working on it,
yeah.
and shipyards also worked on it. It's a very collaboration work that we are doing to provide and to give the opportunities to
Right.
owners to buy hybrid, because it is a very game changer while sailing.
Exactly, and I think it's the direction that the whole industry will be going.
Yes, definitely.
As a technology kind of becomes the standout
Yes,
one,
definitely.
similar to when we moved from gas engine to diesel engines, you
Yeah.
know, 50 years ago. So
Definitely.
I definitely think this is the future.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is the biggest selling point at this point when you're talking to clients? What is the biggest reason for them to say, I want to do this?
Well, I would say there's two. First, I would say comfort, because you can have silent mooring for a lot of time. So when you are like anchor, whatever you are, you can put your air conditioning or using all your appliance without
Yep.
any noise.
Right.
You don't put the generator on, so you have this very silent experience. And also for the propulsion, the electric propulsion, I tested it on the 48 and now on the 44. We're going to Geneva next week. And the electric propulsion is very nice to live. You don't have emissions, so this is zero,
zero
emission,
emission.
no vibration, no fuel, smelly fuel. It's very, I think first it will be the comfort, then the boat produces more than another boat. You have more autonomy, you hydro generate while sailing, so there are a lot of advantages. For me, I would say comfort first, and then the environmentally friendly, you know, in protect and sensitive areas, you put on the 100%
Right.
electric mode, and you don't disturb any species or...
Right, there's no CO2 emissions
Yes.
at all, other than in charging the battery. So in this system, obviously, we have a lot of solar power to charge the batteries. We have hydro generation
Yes.
from the pods, but we still need to have additional capacity, and that's done with
Definitely.
a generator.
Yes.
So, you know, what is a typical, you know, time frame that it takes for that generator to bring the batteries up? If I understand, it turns on when there's a certain level of
Yes.
depletion on the batteries, and then it basically brings them back up. What
Definitely.
typically, how long does somebody have to run a gen set to
Yeah,
bring it
so
back up?
depends your use, depend where you're sailing, depend the equipment you have on board. But basically, the pack battery is there is a high density energy with the pack battery, so you basically don't really need to put the genset on. It turns on when
It's necessary.
when it's
Right.
very necessary. So you get this extend life also on the generator,
Right.
which is nice. The whole system is very you know, in a long time. How we say that?
Like proven or
No, it gets very well. It doesn't get old during
Yeah,
the
it
time,
doesn't
because
age-
every
yeah.
product are managed
at their highest level.
Yes,
And that's
definitely.
one thing with generators, they love to be operated at capacity.
Yes.
They don't like to be at lower RPM. So, you know,
Yes.
this sort of use is great because its demand is all used to charge the batteries, and it operates at
Yes,
top efficiency.
exactly.
And at fuel efficiency, and also the efficiency of the diesel system. It
definitely.
likes to run at that RPM. So, no, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yes,
It does.
definitely.
Show me a little bit. We've got
Yes.
the box,
The one
and
box?
the pod.
Yes.
So tell me just a little bit about what each component does.
Okay, so here's the one box, which is the distribution. It distributes and do the conversion of all the energy sources.
Okay.
Basically, all the energy sources converge into the one box to get propulsions on and appliance 12, 20, 12 or 24 volt, and the 230 volt.
Okay.
So this is the brain of the system, and this is the part right there, the electric part, sorry, with the propeller that provide hydro generation.
Right.
And the engine is under it, basically here, and it is water cooling, so you don't necessitate other system to
Right.
do the air cooling of the engine, which is great because it is stuck in.
Yeah, it's in the water
Within the
and
hull,
it's
yes,
constantly being
so
chilled.
it doesn't need
so-
any additional system
Right.
to get the system cooling.
And
So
this one that we're looking at here, which one? 25, 35, or 50 watts? Which
so
one is
this is
this?
25
Okay.
kilowatt. And as you said, we have several size, several power. We have 35 and 55.
Right.
50, sorry.
And 50. And the 50s, I think, is the newest size
Yes,
that's out there?
yes,
Yeah.
we launched the 50 this year.
Okay.
And it is a little bit bigger than this one, but not
Right.
that
Not a
too
lot
big.
bigger? Yeah.
No, no.
So really, it's still a fairly compact
Yes.
pod. I mean, when you look at an out drive or I'm sorry, a sail drive on most boats, it's at least that much of a profile. So you're not losing any boat speed from additional drag.
Definitely.
It's a
This is
fairly,
the whole point. Yes.
Exactly. Are you gonna? I know this has been asked by several people.
Yes.
Is there any opportunity in the future or even now to do a cutters for for if you get caught in lines or or fish net? And is there any option for a feathering or folding propeller?
Yes. So we're working on the propeller to get
Folding, yeah,
folding.
yeah.
Yes. We have different tests to pass, and it is it's going to launch very soon.
Right.
We're not going to. There are a lot of things to manage before, but yes, this is in the pipe.
Right. You don't want to rush it to market because it needs to be proven, but it's coming.
Yes, it's coming
Right.
very soon. So we're very happy to have that because we had a lot of demand on the folding propeller. So
Right.
yes, it's coming.
And how about the rope cutters? Is that something that can be incorporated or not?
The red color.
So it's a excuse me, a blade that cuts if a line starts moving towards the prop, it'll
Yes.
actually cut the line so it doesn't foul the prop.
Oh, perhaps I don't have the answer for that. Perhaps
Okay.
Jeremy will have,
Okay.
but I don't really know that.
Whether that's and that's a question that we get asked
Yes.
fairly often because particularly if you in our area where there's a lot of crab pots and it would be nice to be sure that there's
Yes.
some way to clear the prop so it doesn't get fouled.
Obviously. Okay.
So yeah, we can talk to Jeremy about
Yes,
that.
for sure.
A little bit more about the one box just to make sure. So this is really just the brains and the integration of the system. So does this actually do the inverter? Is this the inversion
Yes.
as well? So
Yes.
this basically is your inverter, your charger if it's coming
Yes.
the other way. So this basically does everything. Beyond this, all we
Yes.
need is the battery pack.
Yes, but there is also coupled to the one box the EPMS,
Okay.
which is the onboard computer of the system.
Okay.
They are connected to each other. The EPMS is giving data to the one box, so it can automatically manage the system.
Okay, so it basically gives instructions to this to
Yes.
distribute the power where it's needed at that
Yeah.
time, or to charge when it's necessary, turn on the gen set if it needs to
Yes.
charge up and all.
Correct.
Perfect. Anything that you've been hearing from your interested clients that that they're concerned about or have said, well, I wonder about this technology. Is it for real? Does it really work? How long has this technology been in use?
Yes.
And how long has it actually been in use on a practical basis in the recreational market?
So we had a little bit of question because people think that we're here from 1 year and a half.
First time here. Yeah, no,
So I can understand that sometimes people are confused about this technology because we're here from 1 year with Joool, but basically alternative energies has this, as I said, deep experience.
Right.
And so we aim to share with the public what.
So but really, alternative energies was more of a commercial use. I know if you've been to La Rochelle, the electric
Yes.
ferries
Yes.
are our system kind of, or the original system. So they've been in use in the maritime environment for
Since
years and years.
1997, we do electrical systems. So we really want to share with people all of our units.
Yeah.
So to reassure and to tell people that we're not here like
This is not untested technology.
Yes, definitely. We're
It's constantly being improved and being modified.
certified by shipyard
Exactly.
and so yes, this is
This is not new.
It is not brand
It's a new
new.
implementation of an existing technology.
definitely,
basically.
yeah.
Okay. Anything else that people would want to know that they should know about the system?
Well, I think we really want people know that the autonomy is there I have a lot of question about autonomy. If I'm the middle of the sea, how am I going to manage if I only have electrical? Well, the response is that we maximize autonomy by getting energy from a lot of sources, and they are managed very with a smart management and automatic management. So you have much more autonomy and security than on a diesel thermical version.
Yes.
So we have a lot of that question. And yes, I would say that it is the best system to go further and to sales and to go for silent mooring a lot of much more than diesel one. Yes.
So the thinking being, you're not burning much fuel. You don't need to burn as much fuel because you have alternative energies from solar and regeneration when you're sailing. And then when you do have to turn on the diesel, it's only going to run for a short period of time.
Definitely, yes.
So we're still using diesel technology, which we know is very, very well known, proven in the marine environment. And most of us have had boats that just ran on diesel engines, and without concern and without major issue. This is even less maintenance.
Yes.
So along the maintenance perspective, what has to be done to the pods on a maintenance basis? How often do they need to be serviced?
For service, every 1,000 hours of sailing. When you activate the engine,
of the energy,
you only have to do one maintenance, which is the join of the engine, which is very, very easy to do. But there is no maintenance on this.
On the motor at all. There's nothing.
No, maybe one year when you, or one times a year when you go for the
to wash the bottom and clear off the barnacles and everything.
But basically the main advantages also is to not have a lot of maintenance. All of those elements are plug and play, and you don't have any maintenance on the pack battery, for instance, or on the one box, or even on the pod. So you're free from all of that constraint that you have on the diesel.
Exactly. And if something, so it sounds like with the pod, there's just one gasket that needs to be changed every time you haul out, every 1,000 hours or thereabouts. As far as other things, if in fact, because we all know things break sometimes, if in fact some component of the system breaks, is there any way that, does this communicate with you, with the factory to say, I'm having, this is my unit, I'm having a failure, or this has failed, so that you can remotely basically address the issue and send us the... So that does have a system?
Yes, we have all, at our office, we have all the data of each boat, each hybrid system, and we can detect a distance, the
failure,
the problem. But on those type of product, there will not be a problem. How we say that in English? I'm so sorry. I don't have the word.
You're doing great. Yeah.
But I know that on those type of products, for instance, there will be, the only thing that can happen is like a default, when a building default. But at the first time you see, like when you turn on the boat, if the one box doesn't work, we change it, and it's and you will never have any problem during sailing or whatever.
Right. It's all solid state basically, and marinized, so that the marine environment isn't going to affect the units.
But Jeremy will talk better on this type of question, because first of all, I don't have words, English words, and then he knows much more about me on this.
Understood. And so, worst case, you replace the one box.
Yes, before going.
You take it off the bulkhead and you put a new one on, plug it in, and it's plug and play. So, absolute worst case scenario is just to replace the whole thing. If there's a small component that needs to be or it can be replaced, you would know that it was failing. And what the failure was and what component needed to be replaced. And can basically communicate that to the captain or to the owner of the boat to get it done. So it's really not something where if something fails, you're going to be down for months and months and months, or you can't get back on the water.
Yes, exactly.
Well, thank you so much. I asked a lot of questions, a lot
It
more than you
was
probably
a
were prepared
pleasure.
for. So, yeah, this is just a really exciting program,
Yes.
a really exciting product, and we're implementing it more and more on the FPs and Do4s. I know we're shooting for 50% here as soon as we can, and certainly getting it out to other manufacturers. We're not hoarding this technology. We want it to get out to other manufacturers. So, A, we can bring the price down, and B, we have more sustainability across
Yes, definitely.
the entire sailing environment. So, thank you again, Pauline.
Thank
I
you
really
very much.
appreciate it.
It was a
Thank you.
pleasure.